And welcome back. Am I late to the party train? I don't know. You guys let me know. We have the Switch 2 and wanted to get you guys this video out. A lot of people are talking about what is it, what do you get, the unboxing. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and I'm going to do a few videos on this thing that I think you're going to be happy with. So this one includes the full game. It's downloadable. I believe I hear like there's no cartridges. Everything's going to be like magnetic. Yeah, it's all downloaded codes. I got so many questions. I want to see how it is. Let's go ahead and open this guy and do an actual unboxing and setup of the Switch. So first thing is you get the new and improved Joy-Cons. I don't know if they're new and improved, but here they are. Yeah, they actually feel good. They feel better than the original ones. They still feel a little bit small for my hands. I'm gonna want an actual remote. So yeah, they're gonna be the same style, same exact setup. They do have those buttons here on the bottom. Yeah, it's pretty much, I'm looking at my other remotes. All they did was invert the colors and make them magnetic. Cool. All right, good job, Nintendo. So innovative. You added magnets. And here is the screen. I gotta say, this thing is pretty big. Yeah, we're gonna do a comparison video later, but I just definitely wanted to see what it is that we get. So when you open it up, there it is right here. You open this thing up like this. I highly recommend getting a protective screen because this thing will leave fingerprints galore. Now, this is magnetic, so it's supposed to just snap in. That's nice. And how do you open it? Okay, so there's a little thing right here, a little latch. You just push it, and it's right next to this button here, your R2, I guess, or ZR, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it actually feels very satisfying. Yeah, very satisfying on that click. And man, I don't know if it's me, but this screen does look big. It actually looks very big. What do you guys think? You can probably see all my lights and everything, my ring light and computer, but yeah, what do you think? Pretty good? Pretty nice? Yeah, I like the black. I actually really like the black a lot, and I like that it does have that kickstand back here, so cool. Let's leave it there for now. Let's see what else do we get. Oh, this thing feels a little heavy, so I might have something else in here. So here is your downloadable code thing for the Switch 2. You do have an HDMI cable. You do have some other, I don't know, things there so you don't throw it around. Okay, not bad. I don't know why I need this HDMI cable just yet, but I guess I'll find out pretty soon. And here is going to be the, I guess, to slide those things in here, and it's going to be just like the first one, so not too bad. It's pretty good, I guess. You know, you could stand it up just like the old one. You do have a charging brick here, so that way if you need to keep it powered on. Wow, this thing has some serious weight. I love the Nintendo logo on this thing, but it definitely has some serious weight on there. And then, of course, USB-C. This cable looks very, very premium. Cool. What else do we get? All right, so the last thing is, I'm guessing it's going to be that dock. And yeah, this dock looks very, very nice. I actually like the bezel there, how it's all rounded off. Super nice, actually, how this is. You do have the two USB ports on the side, just like the other one. And yeah, the HDMI cable is going to be sliding back here, so I'm guessing this is going to pop off. And the setup is almost identical, how you could put the plugs right there. So they're going to come right here. You're going to have your power, your HDMI, your LAN, and again, this is identical how the other one is, besides they just kind of rounded off the edges. So cool. Now that we know exactly what we get in the box, let's go ahead and turn this guy on right here. So let's go ahead and power this guy up, and I'll let you guys check out the screen here while I fix the slider thing here that just keeps coming off. So here we go. Very, very nice. I have to say, yeah, I hope you guys can see how nice this looks. So I'm going to go ahead and choose English US. And everything just feels great on this thing. Choose Americas. I'm going to hit accept. Next. Internet settings. I'm going to connect it to my internet. So yeah, first thing this is going to tell you is that there is an update that is available. And I got to say the touchscreen and everything works very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and change my time. You can play games wherever you want. I'm going to hit next. It talks about a stand, and then of course you can connect this now to an adapter, so I'm just going to hit use stand for now. It tells me about how you could pull the remotes off, so it says detach Joy-Con number 2, so there you go. And it says detach the other Joy-Con also, so I wonder why it's telling me to do that. And it's nice because you can actually feel the vibration. It says select next by clicking A on this, so I'm going to do this. It says TV, do it later. And then I'm going to go ahead and skip the detachment. So it kind of tells you everything that you need to know. And then it gives you all the stuff that it's going to download. So pretty nice and pretty good. For me, I like using the remotes. So that's going to be a whole separate video. But as far as the setup on this thing, this is actually extremely easy and very painless. The update says about a minute left. So not too bad. Once it's done, don't worry about it if the screen does shut off. It does say it's going to shut off and restart it. So just give it a minute here. I always tell people you got to be patient with some of these devices when it's doing its own thing. Now, while it's doing its thing here, I got to tell you guys, there is a power button here. There is a volume button. Is that a cartridge? A game card? Yeah, there is a game card cartridge here. So I don't know why people were saying that there is no game cards that you can't put in there. So yeah, interesting. Game card cartridge is there. You have your audio that you could put in there. It now says my thing is complete, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then now it says you could transfer. You could transfer from your Nintendo Switch to this Nintendo Switch too. Okay, I got to go get my other Nintendo Switch and see how easy this is going to be. So let me just reconnect these things back in. And let's go get the Switch 1 and do it to the Switch 2. It says it does it, so yeah, let's see. Okay, so here is my Switch 1. And this is the OLED, and that stand, it's thicker than this stand. It's a little bit bigger, but this Switch 2 is much bigger. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on. And here we go. So it says Switch. I'm going to move this one over. So it is now connecting. And now I have the Switch 2 just right here so you guys can see that both of them are plugged in. So it says start system transfer. So I'm going to hit that. And then it's going to say if you have a microSD memory card, insert it. You can use the inserted microSD card to store data. So yeah, I do have a card in this one. And it's going to be behind that thing right here. So I'm just going to take it out. And when I did that, this thing decided to shut off. And so I'm restarting it now. So on this one, it says how to insert. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. It says open up the back here and then insert it. Okay, it says right here at the bottom. So this is where you're going to insert your micro SD card. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in there now. And that's a very nice thing in here. It says micro SD can't be read or isn't compatible with N2. Please remove the insert and make sure it's marked with micro SD Express memory card icon. So this one is not, it is a Nintendo Switch. And it's 256 gigs, so I'm guessing it's going to be all the memory off of the other one. And I can almost guarantee the reason why it's not compatible is because I had this thing compatible with the Switch, with the first Switch. So I'm actually going to slide this back in. It's probably going to tell me we need to restart it again. So, okay. It says I have to restart the console again just because I put the new or the original card back in here. So it shut off and now it's turning back on. I'm going to give it a second. Once it is done, I am going to hit that A button 3 times just to go to the home screen. And now it looks like we're good. So here, I'm just going to hit skip for now. And it says first thing it wants me to do is sign into a Nintendo account. So I'm going to do that. And of course, there is a QR code. So I do have my phone. And this should be pretty easy. I'm really curious if it's going to transfer everything over, but we'll see. Okay, so it took me straight to my account. It's just confirming my password. It's going to say select this account. and then it's giving me a code that I have to come back here and put it in. Now, once I am, it says I'm signed in, and it says move the system and the source close together to transfer data. So, okay. It's showing a little illustration here of putting both switches together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them here. I'm going to hit next. Okay, so it says here connect an AC adapter to start downloading. So I went ahead and did that. It says move this switch and the source closer. So I'm going to hit done. And then I'm pretty much going to transfer. It's giving me instructions on coming here to this data. Now I am moving some of the data from the SD card because I'm going to format it and then move it onto this one. So let's go ahead and wait. It says it's going to be about 25 minutes for everything to get moved over. So we just got to wait a minute for everything to get shifted, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so according to this, it says open up the home menu and select system settings. And then there's a section that says system transfer to Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I don't see an option there, so I might need to update my console. So it says system update is ready. So yeah, go figure. I got to update the Switch 2. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It says it's going to restart. So just got to wait for it to do its thing. So let's go ahead and do that now. So cool. Now, after that update, there is a section there that says transfer to Switch 2. So I'm going to click on that. And now it says, please make sure they're both together. I'm going to hit next. And of course, it says some Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible. So I'm just going to hit OK and done. Now this one's already here. And now the Switch 1 is telling me to connect a power cable. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this one and see if it's going to allow me to continue. So they're both at 74%, so I don't know why it's having me do it. So, okay, now it's doing its thing. Continue on the Switch 2 system to download. There it is right there. I'm going to hit start download, and it just says, now it says connect the AC thing. So I'm going to unplug this one, see if it allows me to do it. They're both in the 70s, so I don't know why it's not. It should just do it. Cool. Please wait. And that's it. It's saying it's at 1%. It's now, this one, it's also doing its thing, whatever it says, sending the saved data. This one says it's now at 2%. So pretty much when you get to this stage, you just leave it alone, let it wireless transfer whatever it has to do. It's not much data, so it should be pretty quick. This one says 6 minutes left. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it looks like we're good. System transfer is complete. Theme color from the source will be carried over. And it says to go to the home page, press the home button. And it said blue, but it's on the red side. But yeah, cool. So the screen, look at that. Everything that I had on this other one, everything seemed to move right over. It looks like I can fit a cartridge. It looks like the Luigi stuff is going through. Yeah, pretty cool. And I think because that one is online, I think all the stuff's going to be transferred online. I got to see if I can move everything from the actual SD card over to this one. But other than that, everything looks pretty good how it works. Super simple, super easy setup. I gotta say, when you do have this stuff, it's great. It does want the Nintendo cable USB-C. I tried using a different one and didn't like it, so it probably has to be like a transfer cable and a specific type of cable. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I always try to get you guys here all the latest and greatest stuff. It's pretty nice how this thing works. Very easy, very painless. Let me know what you guys think. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.